All right, people, building muscle, the plan. So first thing that you're going to do is you're going to put your age in this column. Let's say I am 28, just for argument's sake. I'm going to put my weight in kilos. Let's say I'm 83, just for argument's sake. I'm going to put my height, which you should all know because you've all been measured. Let's say I'm 170 centimeters, for argument's sake. And I'm going to select my gender, which all of you should hopefully know your own gender. Now, the other thing that you're going to do is select your activity level here. This you won't know, but if you click this next tab, which is right here, all of you are going to be choosing yellow or above. So none of you will choose the blue. Basically, if you sit at a desk all day or you have a job that you don't move around much at all, you're going to be choosing 1.4 or light activity. If you have a job that moves around like barista or something that moves, you're running around all day basically on your feet, not necessarily lifting heavy things and stuff like that, you might choose a 1.6. Versus say you're like a laborer and you actually like a physical job where you're picking and lifting and moving heavy things, you want to choose a 1.8. If you're training additionally twice per day, so you're doing those workouts and then you're going to do a workout at home as well, and you've got a physical job, then you would choose 2. So for most of you, you're going to be choosing 1.4 to 1.6, the vast majority of you being 1.4. Right? That's where most of you should be. Or, like I said, if you've got a physical job, 1.6. All right. So, that being said, let's choose 1.6 for this individual, and bang, there we go. So, now what we've done is, down here you'll notice, their food is all done for you. This is an example of how this works. So this is an example that correlates with this plan down here. This is your meal plan up here, the top line, that you will change. So just to run through this example, if your protein was 1.6. That's not in this case. This person's 1.7 and 2.2 for carbohydrates. This example is all we're looking at. But let's say your carbohydrates is 0.2. 2 carbohydrates. So if we go to carbohydrates here, 1 serve of carbohydrate is 1.5 cups, so 1.5 cups of sweet potato. Obviously, this person has a serving of 2, which means they would have 3 cups of sweet potato. 1.5 plus 1.5 is 3. They would have 1.6 serves of eggs. If we look here, a protein serve is 6 eggs. They've got a score of 1.6. So it's basically 1.5. So instead of 6 eggs, they're having 6 plus 3, because that's half the other serve. So basically 9 to 10 eggs. So that would be their protein source. So in this meal so far, they would have 1.5 cups of sweet potato or 1.5 cups of oats. They'd also have 9 eggs. This is a big bulking plan. So remember to make sure that your activity level is relative towards your goal, or your actual activity in the day, I should say. Okay, cool. So if they're doing veggies, they would have 1 serve of veggies. So if we look at veggies up here, it's just 1 cup of any veggies you want. These are just examples, all leafy greens, whatever you want, a full cup of that, like an actual cup. So get a measuring cup or a teacup at home, not a mug, but a teacup. It's a big difference between a mug and a teacup. So make sure that you're using a cup to work out actually what a cup is. This example also has 1.4 serves of fat. 1.4 serves of fat, so these are all 1 serve. This is 1 serve of fat for here would be 1.5 tablespoons of coconut oil. So this person obviously is going to have 2 tablespoons of coconut oil because their serve is 1.4. So basically 1.5, which means that they're going to have an extra half serving. So there you go, around about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. So that is an example of what a meal plan would be like. Then you're going to look at your recipe guide, which is another video to show you how to do that. And you just change your recipes based on how many servings of carbohydrates, fats, and veggies that you need. Veggies can take it or leave it. If you don't want veggies in your diet, that's fine. If you don't like them, you do need fiber. So if you're not going to eat any veggies, make sure that you're on some sort of fiber supplement, like psyllium husk or something along those lines. Up to you. For the rest of you eating veggies, veggies are just hard to get in. That's why most of you only have 1 cup in your serve, so that you're just getting some fiber in there. But if you want to take it out, they have the least calories in them, so you need to worry about them the least. But it is nice to add them if you can handle them. You're going to be eating a lot, having said that. Just as another example here, these are protein shakes. You guys are all going to start with 1 serve of protein shake per day. Some of you might go to 2. This example would be 1.6 serves of protein. So 1 serve of protein here. 1 serve of protein is 1.5 scoops. And this person is having 0.6 serves. So that means 1.5 serves. So they're basically getting 2.4 scoops of protein. That is a lot of protein, right? So not really. Some of you are having 2 scoops normally. So basically you're going to put 2.5 scoops of protein in. You're going to put 2 cups of coconut milk and then 5 to 6 tablespoons of butter. If your example is 3, this person's got super high fats, that's not going to be all of you. It just helps really get the calories in. So once again, everything here is 1 serve of protein, 1 serve of fats, 1 serve of carbohydrates, 1 serve of veggies. If you get 1.5, it's basically this number times 1.5. If you get 2, it's any of these numbers times 2, and that's basically what you guys will get. So it's pretty easy to work out. Just times whatever number is by the number that is in your chart right over here, and then you'll know exactly how much to put in each of your recipes so that you can cook and eat a lot. Once again, veggies are the hardest thing to get in. Shakes are the easiest. So you want to be making sure that if you're really struggling with food at the end of the day, that you might have 2 big meals and 2 shakes so that you get that in. So once again, to repeat that, a lot of you might be struggling to get that 3rd meal in a day because it's quite tough. So you might have just 2 full meals and then 2 shakes, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. No, it doesn't matter which order you have this in. Have it whichever order you want, as long as you're consuming the total amount of calories prescribed to you in a day. That is it. Any questions, pop them in the Facebook group.